Please stop making brownies from a box.
No! I'm sorry, but it's easy. And I'm stupid.
Alright, so we're all set. We have you all checked in. Hey, something's wrong with the microwave in my room. Oh, there are your keys, Mr. Dietz. Have a great day. Sorry, sir, what's going on with the microwave? Well, I put my burger in it, I pressed the buttons, and now the door won't open, and I can't get my burger back out. You were trying to microwave a burger in your room, but we don't even have microwaves in the rooms usually. I'm sorry, sir. I'll send someone up right away to take a look at the microwave for you. Thank you, and tell them to come quick because I'm starving. Hey, were you helping the guest with the microwave issue? Yeah, that was me. And what's going on with that guy? Because I looked up his reservation information and he never requested that we send a microwave to his room. So did he bring someone from home or something? Yeah, no, there isn't a microwave in the room. Then what did he put his burger in? He put the burger in the safe. He put it in the safe. And then he locked it. So we got the door open, we got the burger out, and I told him he could come down to the restaurant and use our community microwave because I didn't think it was a good idea to set an actual microwave up to his room. Wow, yeah, good, because I can't even imagine what would happen in that room if he can't tell the difference between a microwave and a safe. Hi, thank you for calling the front desk. This is Jessica. How may I assist you? I figured out something else that I want. Is that a kid? What room number? What did you want? I want a Barbie dream house. Could I tell Santa that that's what you want for Christmas? Yeah, you can tell Santa. That's okay. Okay. Well, then I will tell Santa that you also want a Barbie dream house for Christmas. Okay, good. Thanks, lady. Bye. Well, okay then, sweetie. You have Merry Christmas, I guess. Bye-bye. Ma'am, where were your parents? And what was that room number? Because I think I need to message them and number one, let them know that they now owe their kid a Barbie dream house. And number two, I should probably inform them that the in-room phone connects directly to the front desk. So, yeah. Hi, thank you for calling the front desk. This is Jessica. How may I assist you? Oh, hi, Jess. It's Miss Adams again. Did you have time to take a look into Lost and Found like we discussed? Hi, Miss Adams. Yes, good news. We actually did find the item that was left behind in your room and it's been placed in our Lost and Found. When will you be able to come and get it? Oh, I'm so glad that you guys found it, but we are already back home out of state. Is there any way you could ship it to us? Yeah, we can ship it to you, no problem. Let me just pull up your reservation information again. Yes, so we do have your address on file, and now just give me a moment while I look up. Okay, so it looks like to ship the item back to you, it'll be about $34.98. You're gonna charge me to send my item back to me? Well, that's the shipping and handling charge from the postal carrier. The hotel isn't charging you any extra fees for shipping it back, but we do ask that you cover shipping and handling. When you said that you could ship it to me, I didn't think that you'd make me pay. Well, yes, I did say that we could ship it to you, but we're not able to pay for the cost of shipping. I thought it was the hotel's job to provide service, isn't it? Well, we are doing you a service by making sure that the item does get shipped back to you, but we are not sinking the cost of shipping. This is my first time ever leaving something behind in a hotel, so don't you think that, you could send it back to me without charging me for it? It's not like I make a habit of doing this. Well, I understand that this may be your first time leaving something in a hotel room, but things get left behind by guests all the time. And if we paid for the shipping and handling every single time we sent something back to a guest, we would be losing a ton of money. This is absolutely unbelievable. You guys have a piece of property that belongs to me. You should be doing everything in your power to get it back to me. I'm sorry you feel that way, but at the end of the day, it's the guest's responsibility to make sure that they haven't left anything behind in the room. So, would you like to pay for shipping for us to send it back to you, or are you going to abandon the item? I am not paying to have my own item sent back to me. Okay, then I'll mark the item as abandoned. You have a great day. Bye-bye. I call dibs. No, what are we gonna do with it? Like, I don't understand what that... Oh. Hi, thank you for calling the Tilton. This is Liz. How may I assist you today? Hey Liz, it's your girl, and I have just the weirdest, wildest story for you. Oh, hey girl, it's Natalia. Yeah, we got something really weird we're trying to figure out over here too. Like, we don't really know what to do about it. Wait, what are you guys trying to figure out? So housekeeping went to a room to clean it today, and someone left behind a whole prosthetic leg. Aren't those really expensive? Yeah. And isn't that like really important for getting around? Yeah, you'd think, but they just left it behind, and we've called the phone number on file, we've emailed them, they haven't gotten back to us, so we're just trying to figure out what to do with it. Like, we don't know where to store it, housekeeping doesn't know where to store it, we don't want to damage it or lose it, but it's just this whole prosthetic leg. What the? Yeah, no, I wouldn't have the first clue. Oh my gosh, well, speaking of things being left behind in hotel rooms. Oh no way, what was it? Okay, let me give you some background first. So this lady came and she stayed with us for a few days, and like everything was normal, she was fine, a bit eccentric, but like whatever. And she checked out yesterday morning. Yesterday evening, she calls and she tells the front desk agent that she left a marsupial in the room. Wait, what, like a possum? Yeah, I think so, probably. But here's the thing. Housekeeping had already been to the room and cleaned it without coming across this little marsupial, and someone had already been checked into the room. But it gets worse. The front desk agent she talked to didn't know that a marsupial is an animal, so she told the lady that we'd look for it, hung up, called housekeeping, asked if they found anything in the room, and of course they said no, so she just forgot about it, and those people had no clue that they were staying in a room with a tiny exotic animal. And thankfully she did tell the night auditor, who knew what a marsupial was, got the people out of the room, and contacted our manager to see what to do next. Oh my god. Did you guys end up finding it? Yeah, when my manager got in this morning, she called animal control, but while we were waiting for them to get here, she went into the room with some water and food for the poor thing, and it just came out of hiding, crawled up her pant leg, and settled itself into her blouse. Apparently it was really cute. But we got it contained and handed over to animal control, but can you believe it? What in the world? You just can't make this stuff up. Okay, so let's talk about conventions at hotels. Conventions at hotels happen all year round, and they can range from anime conventions, which I myself have attended a lot of, all the way to just regular professional conventions for doctors or athletes or churches, or just think of any group that has a common interest. There's probably a convention for it. Now, every single convention absolutely has its own reputation among the hotel staff. Anime conventions, for example, are known for being a bit more wild, a bit more rowdy. There's usually lots of partying and drinking and, of course, dressing up. And anyone who has been in the cosplay community for a while now undoubtedly knows about the Homestuck incident. If you don't know, Homestuck are these little gray characters, and there was a cosplayer who decided to dye her skin gray using Sharpie in the hotel's bathtub, and ended up incurring a fee of, I believe, $700 by the hotel for damages. Oh yeah, like I said, crazy, rowdy, a bit eccentric is the reputation that a lot of anime conventions have. Now, of course, when I started working in hotels, I loved anime and fandom conventions because I liked seeing everyone dressed up, and I could relate to the people who were checking in and attending because I could tell them I also like to attend these kind of conventions. I definitely had coworkers who would give a bit of bombastic side eye at all of these people dressed up in their weird costumes, but I personally loved it. Now, a convention that pretty much all of us loved was the AKC, the American Kennel Club, when they would have a convention, because we would waive all of our pet fees because pretty much every room was gonna have a dog in it, and we would get to have all of these amazing dogs come and check in with us. And there was actually one lady, I remember this so well, who, when I was oohing and ahhing over her dog, she just handed it to me over the counter and said, "Here, you can hold him while you check me in." And so I got to hold this cute little dog while I checked them into the hotel, and I was just like, this is the best day ever! Of course, that convention was already popular among the staff because of the dogs, but also because pretty much everyone who came to check in were pretty cool, chill people. Like, there were just some, dog parents who were excited to come and bring their dogs to this convention and meet up with friends. And a lot of them have been coming to these meetups for so many years, so they all know each other, and it's just this big get together. But there was this one lady. This would actually happen at a lot of hotels. The convention organizers would pay for special custom key cards to be made for their attendees. So whenever we had people who were checking with that convention, we weren't to use the regular hotel keys. We were to use specifically the organizer's special keys that they had custom made. Now, for the AKC, they always had last year's champion dog as the picture on the key card, the best in show overall. I had this lady who came and checked in with me who, when I passed her the key card, her eyes got so wide and she started getting so mad because the dog that was featured on the key card was not the previous year's winner, but the year before. And she told me that her dog had won best in show the last year, so her dog was supposed to be on the key card, and she was starting to get really riled up and really mad, and I just had to throw up my hands and say, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, that's horrible. Like, I sympathize. You absolutely deserve to have your amazing dog on this key card, but we had nothing to do with it." I had to tell her, we don't make this decision. If you have a complaint, don't talk to me, don't talk to my managers, go talk to the AKC organizers, because they literally just send us the design and it's made into a key card. We have nothing to do with that, okay? Okay? Like, she was ticked. That was a little scary, but overall, attendees and all of their wonderful dogs were really, really sweet, and we all loved that convention. Now, I'm sure that you all probably now want to know who the worst attendees were, and disclaimer, I am not trying to push any beliefs or stir up any drama, but I hate to say that the group that we all hated the most was a church. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say anything here. These people were awful. I won't say what church it was, because again, I'm not trying to stir up any drama, but it was this one specific church that would come and check in with us, and everyone who attended that convention for that church were so rude. They were so mean and rude and cruel, and they would always, every single year, they would pay for their hotel stay with checks. Now, checks at hotels are really tricky and annoying things, or at the very least at my hotel it was a really tricky annoying thing, because we would get the check and we'd have to call this internal bank, and they would have to check that it was a valid check. And so we would have to type in like the check number and the routing number, and it would just take forever. And if your finger slipped and you hit the wrong button, then you had to start the whole process over again. And you would think that since these people came every single year to our hotel for this convention, they would know the deal, but no, they would always like stare at us and ask us what was taking so long, rush us, and be so stinking rude. Yeah, unfortunately, any time that we knew that this convention was coming around, we would all be like, oh, like we hated this specific convention. But of course, there were a bunch of other conventions that would happen. It was always funny to see different patterns where, like, the boating convention, which was different from the yacht convention, like the boating convention had really nice people, the yacht convention didn't. Or within the science community, the neuroscientists would actually be like some of the sweetest people on the earth, but then the, I don't know, chiropractors would be the rudest. I don't think that was actually true. I just can't remember the specifics, but that's the thing. Like, you would think because it's the same kind of field or subject, people would be about the same, but no, even like down to the nitty gritty, the little details, you would have some people who were super nice or super awful. Of all things, and I know how the internet feels about Chick-fil-A, and trust me, I'm there with you, but I specifically remember that the Chick-fil-A people were some of the nicest people to ever attend our conventions. They were always so sweet, so warm. They would also hand out those free little redeemable cards for like a sandwich or fries. They handed those out like hotcakes, and it actually became a competition among the front desk to see who could get the most of those cards, and usually we would end up with a stack of them by the time the convention was over. M&M was also really good. They would always come over and they would check in with us, and they would give us a couple packs of free M&Ms when we were checking in. Like, the food ones were always loved when food conventions happen. Oh yeah, conventions are very interesting. If you ever have the opportunity to work at a convention hotel, I highly recommend it because you do get to meet a very interesting wide array of people across all industries, all hobbies, all interests. It's a really great, valuable experience to have in your hotel journey. That's where I'm going to end this discussion. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jessica Vanell. I have 7+ years of hotel experience. I have a degree in hospitality management, and I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. Stay safe. Have a great day. Bye. Hello, thank you for calling the Tilton. This is Liz. How may I assist you today? Hey Liz, this is Talia from the Marriott, and you will not believe what just happened over here. Oh, hey girl, I have a great story for you too. Oh yes, well let me tell you what just happened, okay? So today we have a wedding on property, and the bride apparently wanted to save a little bit of money, understandably, so she asked her friend to be the photographer. Okay, fair. Well, the wedding time is getting closer and closer, and guess what? What? They couldn't find her anywhere. She'd been there earlier this morning, but as we got closer to ceremony time, she was completely MIA. So the wedding party told some of the hotel staff who went looking for her, and they found her passed out in a meeting room in a pool of her own What? Yep, so we had to call 911 because she was completely unresponsive and passed out in that pool of and so she was whisked away to the hospital. Oh, she got that sloshed before the wedding? And now the wedding ceremony is happening with no photographer. Oh, that poor bride, but that's why you hire professionals and not friends who just happen to have cameras. That's what I'm saying. Speaking of professionals, want to hear my story? Yes, of course. Okay, so this story actually comes from the night auditor, all right? Last night, she got a distress call from a room, and it was this guy who had been tied up to his bed, and he said that his keys were missing, his phone was missing, and his wallet, passport, everything was gone out of his room. Wait, what? That's crazy. Yeah, and security goes up there, and they find out that he had hired a couple professional ladies to come entertain him in his room that night, and they had tied him up and stolen everything. And get this. What? He has a wife, and he was here on a business trip. So he had to call his boss and explain that he had lost his passport, his phone, everything. What? Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I know, can you believe? Well, after working in hotels, I can believe just about anything. Seriously. So I have something that I want to talk about today that unfortunately I don't think is going to make a lot of people very happy. And it has to do with privacy signs, do not disturb signs on hotel room doors. They don't guarantee you complete privacy. Hotel staff can and will still enter your room, regardless of whether or not you put that little piece of plastic on the door handle. Sorry. I can hear the outrage already starting in the comments. I paid for that room. That's my room. If I say that no one can enter it, then no one can enter it. Exactly. If someone... Yeah, exactly. If someone tries to come into my room after I put the do not disturb sign on the door, I'm gonna call their manager and get them fired. Yeah, no, not quite. So hotels have always reserved the right to enter a guest's room regardless of whether or not there is a do not disturb sign on the door. Now, traditionally, hotels have promised that they will only enter a room if there is a hotel emergency or a maintenance issue. But recently, there has been a change in a lot of hotels' policies. That change has been the implementation of daily wellness checks. I actually got the idea to talk about this because someone messaged me online saying that a hotel that they had stayed at for a very long time had recently implemented this change to their policy regarding do not disturb signs. And the change was the inclusion of daily wellness checks where someone comes to the room, opens the door, does a visual inspection, and
মুরগির কলিজা
তোর বউ
এক্সকিউজ মি
ও তো উর্মির ফ্রেন্ড ইরা। আচ্ছা
আমারে কি আপনার ধান্দাবাজ মনে হয়?
না আপনারা আমেরিকার প্রেসিডেন্ট মনে হইতাছে
ফালতু একটা মেয়ে।
আপনি আসলে একটা লুচ্চা
আমি লিটল বয়।
একদম ইট দিয়ে গাড়ি ছিটতে পারলাম।
আমাকে তোমার কি মনে হয়?
আপনাকে দেখলে মনে হয় ফুটবল খেলার রেফারি। যখনই খেলা জমে উঠবে তখনই আপনি বাঁশিতে ফু দিয়ে বলবেন ফাউল।
ফাজলামি করে আমার সাথে।
একটা ছেলেকে কিডন্যাপ করে নিয়ে আসছে এটা তো কল্পনা করতে পারি না।
আপনি কি
তো কিছু দেখেন তো
আপনি সুইসাইড করে তো সবাইকে জেল খাটাবেন এবারে।
আমি আসার পর থেকে আপনি আমার পিছন লেগে আছেন উদ্দেশ্যটা কি?
রাজ্য রাজকন্যা হাতছাড়া করে কোন বলদে? হিরোশিমা হতে যাবেন না, জ্বলে পড়ে ছারখার হয়ে যাবেন। এই যে আমাদের ঝগড়া শেষ এখন।
চাইতে বলছেন আপনাকে এখান থেকে?
চেহারার সাথে আপনার ব্যবহার যায় না, ফালতু।
তুই জীবনে প্রেম করছিস করিস নাই বুঝবি কি আমি প্রেম করছি আমি জানি
তুই আসার পর থেকে ইয়ার পেছনে এভাবে লেগে আছিস কেন?
আমি লেগে আছি মানে কি?
মানে আমি ঝগড়ার কথা বলছি।
Hey, क्या अवस्था? Hey Sheila, what's up? Presentation কত দূর? What a drink!
সরি স্যার ইটস নট জাস্ট আ ড্রিঙ্ক এটা চিবিও খাওয়া যায় স্যার এটা ড্রিঙ্কও নাটা জেলি আর পানীয়র এক অসম কম্বিনেশন স্যার এটা শুধু পানীয় নয় এটা চাবান পানীয়
ঢোক গিলে চাবানো ডাবল মজা শুধু আছে ড্রিঙ্কোতে ড্রিঙ্কো চাবান পানীয়
নট জাস্ট আ ড্রিঙ্ক
này còn than trên trên chị biết đi nhỉ trên cái chiếc nó nhiều quá đâu nữa mà cái tàn xe của bác Việt ấy cái lôi ấy eo mẹ em làm giấc làm quá mái mệt của bốt được đi
Ôi tội nhau rồi, có mái với có mái. Rồi là ăn nhỉ.
đâu có ấy đâu giòn như hôm nọ à hả được cái giữa rồi mưa là rồi này nát tí nhưng mà được cái không nắng nó mát rồi đúng rồi nó không mệt bằng nắng
বরপক্ষ চলে আসতেছে কিছুক্ষণের মধ্যে, তাদের রেডি হয়ে ঠিক আছে?
তোমার মেয়েকে যদি সুন্দর না লাগে তাহলে না ছেলে পালিয়ে যাবে
আমার মেয়েকে দেখে কোনো দিনও কোনো ছেলে পালাবে না।
নতুন জামাই ছবি দেখছিস
আজকের দিনে তো মোস্টা কাটতে পারতে নাকি?
আমি বললাম না আমি আমার জামার ছবি দেখবো না একেবারে জামাইকে সরাসরি দেখবো
আমার মসজিদ থেকে নজর দিবি না।
চলো চলো কি হয়েছে?
শরবতের পালা তো শেষ হলো এখন আমাদের পাওনা মেটান আমরা কি ধার করেছিলাম আপনার কাছ থেকে ওরা কি কৃপণ নাকি ফোন করেছিলাম, জানতে পেরেছি ছেলের আগে একটা বিয়ে হয়েছিল।
কি বললি?
ছেলের বিয়ে হয়েছে, আবার ডিভোর্সও হয়ে গেছে।
না না, এ বিয়ে হবে না। বাপ ছেলে দুজনই বাপ মানে
আপনি দয়া করে থামবেন সবাই।
নিবিড় চাওয়ায় সুখের ছোঁয়ায় রইব দুজন, এই তো আশা হৃদয় জুড়ে তোমার জন্যে।
ফ্রেস্কো ওভেন প্রুফ কন্টেইনার, খাবারের যত্নে থাকুন নিশ্চিন্ত। ফ্রেস্কো কন্টেইনার।
প্লিজ কিডন্যাপ মি।
তোর বাবা যদি টাকা না দেয়?
তার বাপ দিবে।
আর দাদা বেঁচে আছে?
কি?
Ready? কত পর্যন্ত উনি দিতে রাজি হবে? 5 কোটি?
জীবনে কি শুধু টাকাই সব? আমাদের ভালোবাসার জন্য কিছু একটা করতে হয়।
একটু থামেন, আপনার অ্যাক্টিংটা হচ্ছে না। চুপ, একদম চুপ।
ভয়েস চেঞ্জ করেন।
আমি যদি আর অ্যাক্টিং না করি? আমি যদি সত্যি সত্যি আপনাকে এখন অ্যাবজর্ভ করে ফেলি? চোখ নিচে।
304 গ্রেডের শার্প স্টেইনলেস স্টিল ব্লেড আর সবচেয়ে শক্তিশালী কপার কয়েল মোটর দিয়ে ভিগো ব্লেন্ডার মশলা সহ সবকিছু করবে একেবারে মিহি।